He is very nervous, so everybody please give him a warm welcome. Scott Ward, everybody!
Wow, what an intro. Thank you very much. So, are we all glad the Olympics are over? Yeah, we get back to that real American sport, fantasy football. Yeah. I actually had my first draft of the year yesterday was Sunday. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings in Tacoma. I hadn't been there before, so I went online to ask for directions, and I call it BWW, and that's all the hip people call it. So I'm like, Google's like, apparently I watch so much porn, and they're like, you mean BBW? So, well, I think the worst case is you're getting sticky fingers either way, so it all works out. So, back to the Olympics. I was laying in bed watching the Olympics, and it said, coming up next, women's snatch. First of all, how is this not the highest rated event in Olympic history? And how can I apply to be a judge? So, and then I found out snatch is just a weightlifting term. And then coming up next, which was also a weightlifting term, was the clean and jerk, which was kind of ironic because I was in bed doing the jerk and clean myself. So, yes, I know that's 2 masturbation jokes in a row, so I will class it up with this one. I come from Seattle, home of political correctness. Sometimes it gets a little too out of hand. Like now you can't call short people short. You need to call them vertically challenged. You can't say the word retarded. You need to say mentally challenged. Before it used to be called dinner in a movie. Now all of a sudden they want to call it date rape. So, or in some cases, legitimate date rape. So, thanks if you watch the news. Thank you very much. So, okay, back to masturbation. You know that awkward moment during masturbation when you look down and you see a WWJD bracelet? Yeah. And it's even more awkward when you're using both hands so vigorously that your palms start to bleed and you leave the stigmata marks on them. So, that's kind of hard to explain away, you know. I always just tell people, well, not me personally, but what I've heard is that I just say the power of Christ compelled me. So, you know, that works pretty good. What are we at here? Oh, actually, if that actually tasted like wine, I think more women would actually do it. So, and speaking of not doing it, I am married. Actually, my birthday was last week, and my wife forgot my birthday. So I told her for the rest of the month, I'm going to forget that I'm married, and we'll call it even. So actually, I went golfing on my birthday. I can tell I'm getting older because I put 2 balls in the water, and then I stood up in the toilet, and then I went out and played. Actually, I think my wife is getting tired of me. I think she wants to replace me because I caught her online on the website Scott Trade the other day. So. Actually, my wife and I, we got in an argument last week, and she said something that still confuses me. She's like, "You're so dumb, you wouldn't know my ass from a hole in the ground." Well, first, I think that's not exactly how the phrase goes, and second, I've never tried to have sex with a hole in the ground, so, you know. But my wife and I, we recently did celebrate our 3-year anniversary. Woo! Thank you. Of my vasectomy, so yes, let's give it up for never having to pull out again. Yes, so it was kind of weird. That's the first time I had to jack off into a cup, at least under doctor's orders. So, that was an interesting day. They make you shave completely down there before you go in. So I had to do that. Kind of weird. I didn't really have a little mirror to see if I got all of it. So it was a little awkward. I didn't really want to cut myself because I didn't want to have little bits of toilet paper there the next day when I had to drop my pants. And so, but fortunately, I didn't cut myself. It all worked out. But I don't know which was more emasculating: me looking forward to showing another grown man my freshly shaved scrotum, or him going to miss the spot and finishing the job himself. So. So I'm laying there on the operating table. He pulls out a giant Novocaine needle and tells me soon you're going to feel a little prick. I'm like, well, gee, dog, that'll make 2 of us then. So I thought he was going to wait like 20 minutes for the Novocaine to kick in, but apparently he had like 15 of these other nut-tucking slice jobs to do, so he went right to work. So he's down there twisting and pulling, and all I can think is, great, I'm in pain, he's down there making balloon animals. This is only fun for one of us. So, what else I got? Actually, the worst part about my vasectomy is the recovery process. So I had to pee sitting down for a week, which isn't that unusual. It's just the doctor told me not to lift anything over 2 pounds. So if I was black, you would be doing so. So actually, no. What he did say was, like, go home, like, watch TV for a week, kind of watch something a little mild, no sports, no cheerleaders, nothing to get you aroused. So I decided to watch the Lifetime channel. But it's amazing after a week what starts to turn me on. So, so now I get slightly aroused when I see a woman getting beaten. So, but actually, the most common question I do get, I'm gonna end with this one. The most common question I get from women when I get off stage and I tell them I had a vasectomy, they're like, "Well, does stuff still come out?" And that's a stupid question. I tell them it's like making sugar-free cookies. You still have the batter. Sure, it's a little bitter tasting. It's just missing that one ingredient that makes you fat. So, okay, that's my class. Thank you very much.
Scott Ward, everybody.